everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Off the Pod. Wow. See, I already messed up. All right. So hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to Off the Competition Floor. This is episode 2 with Ruben from the Aquila Games. And yeah, let's have some fun, dive into what the Aquila Games is, some background about him, and I hope you all enjoy. So, Ruben, tell me about firstly how you got into CrossFit. Like, what was that like for you? Like, where did that start?
I think it is now
Mm-hmm.
6 or 7 years ago, something like that. And that time I still lived in Mechelen, city in Belgium, and they started a CrossFit there. Saw it on my phone when I was driving home. I was like, I have to try this. I want to see what it gives because I've been a competition athlete all my life. So I was like, I need something new to go all in for. Went for it. It was the first opening lesson of the CrossFit Mechelen establishment, and straight away got my subscription. Loved it from the first lesson, and then have been doing it ever since.
So, what was your sport before? Was it like you did all sports or?
Swimming. I started swimming when I was like 6 or 7, up until I was 18, and yeah, that was my life. 7 times a week, swimming whole Saturday, whole Sunday in the pool just for competitions. Fun thing was that I could travel Europe a bit to go to competitions over there. But, you turn 18, you're tired of just all that things. Going out happens, you meet other people, and yeah, then the swimming adventure stopped.
Yeah, I totally get it. I spent, I think, 18 to 20 years of my life swimming as well. And yeah, those 4 a.m., 3 a.m. mornings caught up to me. Yeah, so I totally get that.
Absolutely, yeah. Before school, after school, I mean, your life
live in the pool. Literally, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And it everybody there, your friends are from there. You stop swimming and suddenly it's like, I actually do not have a life.
You get kind of lost.
But yeah, you get lost, but of course you find something new. But I maybe it's the same for you, but you just you want to go for something new. I did some rope skipping in between, some 10 years of rope skipping, and then I went just full
rope
on.
Skipping is like
CrossFit.
A bit competitive as well, no? Like
yeah, they asked me to competition in rope skipping too, but I said no. I've had my competition days. Yeah, I said it then, and look where we are right now. But no, so I said no to that. I just want to do it purely for the fun. So I did it for 10 years. And then,
so if someone needs to get like good at double unders, they come to you. Nice.
Yeah, I'm the man. No. I'm still that person that when you do double unders and they say like, yeah, your rope has to be long enough and this and that, and I'm like, yeah, my rope just hits my hips and that's it. So it's extremely short. So no, it's it's an adventure, but it's helpful,
Nice,
it's, during CrossFit, it's very helpful because especially when I found out that you can actually do double unders.
Cool.
CrossFit.
And I remember we met at the Nationals recently. Yeah, but I felt like
exactly
I either seen you or met you before, like in an event I probably worked at or showed up with my camera at or something. Yeah.
Can be. I get that a lot lately. The time has come that people start recognizing my face. But I have been active in my early years of CrossFit. I've been very active, going to a lot of competitions, trying to get to compete in a lot of competitions. And now, mostly for Aquila Games, we just try to visit as many throwdowns as possible. Just either be there and support as a spectator, or even go help out as a judge or medical team or whatever.
Good. So, Aquila Games, born during COVID times. Tell me, like, so what was like the
exactly?
Okay, we're gonna throw a competition, like.
Well, yeah. Okay. So basically, during COVID, everybody was just training at home, and me too. I've been scrolling through my phone, seeing actually pictures, movies from me working out on my terrace, but I missed something because you had those Zoom workouts, and still big props to the coaches for doing Zoom workouts and being up at 6 a.m. doing Zoom workouts with 5 people, 6 people sometimes. but I felt it was not for me. I needed something to push me into working out. So we set up some sort of home competition, small home competition for the box where we were working out in. A couple people were involved in that. It was super fun, actually. Everybody that participated had a lot of fun. And then you had that period between the first and the second lockdown, somewhere in July, August, where you were able to sit outside of the bar on the terrace. And it was good weather, and we were just sitting there. And we're like, yeah, we did this small. Why don't we try this big? Just same idea. We wanted to bring people together. And now also at that time, it was like, we can sit on a terrace again. Soon everything is allowed again. So why not bring everybody together? Everybody that had to wait 2 years almost to work out. Let's get back. Let's work out. Let's have fun. And then we reached out to a couple sponsors. And they were like, yeah, man, love the idea. Let's do this. So we couldn't back out anymore. And we had to do it. I mean, at that time, I think I can name drop.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Sponsors and brands, right?
Yet, so.
Yeah. Okay. No. At that time, it was Concept 2. So first we contacted Concept 2, and they were immediately like, yeah, just tell us what you need. And then, another friend of ours was like, we first wanted to do it in a box, as most of the competitions do. But the friend was like, oh man, come on, just think big. Just get yourself some recreation center or whatever, and then just do it there. Let's go for it. And then we found the venue where we're at now, and they were like, yeah, sure, go ahead. The weekend is free because obviously nothing was planned due to COVID. And then we had Gorilla Grip, the guys from Holland, saying, let's go, guys. Love the idea. We do this. And thus it was born. We had to continue with it because we could not anymore say we couldn't do it. And there we go. Aquila Games was born.
That's kind of crazy. So was it like a bar idea, or like a thought through like idea, like?
No. Actually, to be honest, it was more like we were sitting at a bar and we were like, that home throwdown, very much fun. Let's broaden it out. We were literally sitting at the bar and using those beer
coasters
things, that you put your beer up on. The coasters, yeah, exactly. And we're like, let's go for a name, guys. Come on, let's search the name. Let's go for it. And then we found a name, and we even at that time checked online if the webpage was still available or anything like that. And then from there on, we went building bigger and bigger. So it was in the back of our mind. Actually, it was a bar idea because then we tried working it out. We already had the website, but nothing was real yet. And then we start pitching the idea, and it became bigger and bigger. And eventually, but it started sitting at a table on a terrace.
I think a lot of like creative ideas or big things came out of COVID as well. Like,
Absolutely. I think small things, big things, but just overall the need to do something and to just even spontaneously go for something. Absolutely.
And why, so Aquila Games, what does the Aquila mean?
Well, an Aquila is an eagle. Basically, Aquila it's both things. It's a constitution in the shape of an eagle. It's also an eagle. Aquila is the eagle that carried the lightnings from Zeus in the Greek mythology. For us, it was more like, as I said, we work independently, so we are not connected to any box. We are just a group of friends who started up a competition. But initially, the people who started it were all from the same box. And as some sort of honorably mention as of where we met and how this idea came together, we wanted to little bit include, like, look, our history in CrossFit lays there. We do not want to be associated with you, of course, but we are so thankful for us that we as random people came there, formed the community, what we stand for, and got to do this now. We wanted to include them in that way, if that makes a bit of sense. And well, I can say it anyway. It's CrossFit Mechelen. If you search that logo, they have a very nice eagle in there. And we were like, eagle, Aquila, and that's how we eventually got to the whole Aquila Games.
You say we and us, and I know you're the co-founder. So is it you and one person, or is it like a few, like a team?
It's basically a team. We started rather small. We started with 3 people, but I mean, it's a 3rd edition now, and every edition you notice that there's more and more to do. So right now there's 7 of us, dividing everything, logistically, financially, marketing-wise, everything we try to do between the 7 of us.
Nice. I think how I came across the Aquila or Aquila. I want to make sure I get it right. Cool.
You can choose. I mean, people say both.
Because sometimes, I feel like
say.
if I say one of them, I always for some reason put an extra L when I pronounce it. So yeah,
that is true. I notice a lot of people say Aquila Games, and I mostly go with that. But if you want to say Aquila, then indeed it's. But it works.
Yeah,
it works both.
For me, I think I came across the games at some point when I was searching for events to go to, because CrossFit for me is recent. It's still new. This is my 2nd year in the space doing videography, photography, and stuff.
Okay.
And I was searching, okay, who are the photographers, who are the videographers, what are the events? And I remember messaging Dr. Watt, because my first event, me and him hit it off, and we were really good friends. And he's like, oh yeah, they have an event, and he's send me this calendar of events. I was like, okay, yeah, this. This. I was like, I don't think I can afford to go all, but this one looked interesting. But I didn't go because of school stuff and all this stuff. So yeah, what I want to ask is what was things that happened in the last year that people should look out for, or that is coming up? Yeah.
For this year, you mean?
What happened that people should look out for?
Well, yeah, that's a bit of spoiling already for what might happen this year. But for sure, I think most of the athletes that competed the last 2 years know that we want to put something extra every time. As in, well, the first year we only did individuals, but we included sandbags. Special shout out to our friend Jürgen, who at that time did our planning. And he said, let's use sandbags. Nobody uses it yet. And then a year later, they did it on the games. So we were first. No, I mean, we used sandbags that year. The year after, we had this very special sort of T-pin, which is some sort of carry thing where you can hang weights on. So people know that they can expect something special. And we mostly go for those things that you do not find immediately. I'm not talking games-wise, but I'm talking about other competition-wise that is new, that is you are not prepared for. So basically, we search either equipment, exercises, or whatever that we can level the playing field. That we can say, look, you're here, you made it here, you deserve to be here, but now be ready because we're going to test your skills. So, to be fair, I do know the workouts. We're testing the workouts right now as we speak. There's going to be something in there that they've been asking for 2 years already. So that I can say, people who know will know, I think. And of course, there will be again that element of surprise.
Okay, so what was that thing last year? The surprise thing from the last?
Well, last year we had the T-pin. Originally, we wanted to go for carrying device, and we then talked with Gorilla Grip, and they said, look, we have those T-pins that are not used yet, so you can go for that. And it was just worth a try. It was very weird in the beginning, but nobody knew it. Nobody knew what it was. Neither did we. We were just like, oh, okay, let's try this out and let's see where this goes. And then we went with it, and it actually turned out pretty great.
Cool.
So that was good.
What would you say is your most memorable or favorite thing?
So the first year we did the first year of Aquila Games, and we had planned out everything up until the minute. Literally up until the minute. I had recalculated everything, went over with the whole group like, look, this is how it looks. Are we gonna make it? And we're like, yeah, we will try. And everything went so smooth. So that was the first thing that I was very proud of. But then the second thing was, I was standing there with the guy who made programming. So it was the 45 plus category, masters 45 plus female finals, and the final was, if I remember correctly, included, I don't know it fully anymore, but it included sled drags with a rope and then the sled, and then bear hug walks with sandbags. And there was a fight between 1 and 2, and the last part of the pulls, the person in second place gets almost together with first place, grabs that bag and just runs across, and she wins it. And that was, I even admitting it, that was a moment that I cried. It was beautiful. Just that bringing it all together. I think it was one of the last workouts of the day, but just brought it all together, and we looked at each other and we were like, this just worked. I mean, the day was over, everything went fine. It was this finale. People were shouting. I mean, just that feel. I can still feel what I felt that moment that she crossed that finish line and finished first. That was really the most memorable moment of the whole day.
I think that's really, when a moment like that can really live with you, that's really, really, really nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And still, up until this day, when I see the guy and we talk about it, it's like, do you remember that time? And I'm like, yeah, man, that was it. That was the moment we knew we can do this again.
And so, switching from most like your favorite and most memorable, like I know like hosting a competition, planning, there are like a lot of hiccups. What would you say is one of those, obstacles you encounter that you had to get over?
I think in the whole planning process, it is mostly seeing what is possible and what not. We are a competition that want to bring everybody together. I mean, I can't say it more than enough, but I mean, we are really trying to get just everybody together. We want to have a nice day. But you notice that more and more people want to be included in that nice day. So the first and the most difficult one is to see how can I plan nice workouts, nice workout times, original things, and still have the most athletes available, or that more athletes can come over to enjoy. And I think secondly, but that the day itself mostly, is things that unexpectedly happen, that there is no way that you can think about that. We had a few. Maybe we could have been ready for that, but due to circumstances, it was not. I think we eventually finished. We eventually solved it okay, as in there were no real consequences for it. But yeah, I mean, it's those unexpected things on the day itself that just cost you so much time and think work. And then it's great to have a team behind you where you can just get together, be like, guys, this, how, and then you just spitball 2-3 minutes and just go like, okay, this is the best idea. Let's just go for it.
And then, like, do you still get nervous a bit before each? Like, you plan for all these months, and then it's Friday night, competition is tomorrow. You have to get up early. Like, how?
I'm incredibly nervous. You have no idea, because up until last year, I did the whole planning of the athletes and everything. Now someone of our team is taking over for doing that. But you planned out every single minute of that competition, and it's Friday evening, everything is ready. You're sitting there, you're eating with the team, checking everything, and then that Sunday morning, Saturday morning, you wake up. I'd always drive to the bakery to get some. We say koffiekoeken in Dutch, sweets, basically, for the crew and the judges and everything. And it's that moment that I walk inside that bakery that I'm like, holy shit, we're doing this again. Like, the waking up part is not that bad, but it's like walking in that bakery. Yes, I'm here to pick up the order for the Aquila Games. And they're like, oh, shit, man. You come there, you turn on the lights. It's great. You turn on the lights and you see that competition feeling. You think, but you're so nervous. And mostly you're nervous until, let's say, first 3 heats are done. When you notice the first 3 heats are going well, then you're off for the day. And then it is when something unexpectedly happens or anything like that, you feel that nervosity again. But otherwise, it's up until about the third heat, and once you notice, okay, this goes smooth. We have a great head judge, and she manages the judging team perfectly. And when she says, okay, my judges are going for it, our flooring team is like, yeah, everything is ready for the next 5 heats. And then the scoring, which is my dad actually, and now who does the scoring, is like, yeah, great, everything is going fine. Then you are like, okay, we're left. We're going well. It's going great. And then Sunday morning,
Over
the
again,
whole thing starts over again.
And so, because like all these things are going well, but you're still like really busy. Like you're running around, still just checking in. How does take me through or take us through a day of just the comp? So you go, you get the pastries, the nerves are there until like the first 3 events, and you have to so take us through the day of how it goes,
Well, mostly it is. So yeah, you come there. We try to be there well on time, because you tell athletes to come at 7:30 and they come in at 6:45, 7, which is great. I don't mind, but you just have to be there. You have to be sure that you're there. So that's this fine moment. You come there, you say hi, because I mean, we do a box tour. People know your face. So it's nice that you are there to greet your athletes too, that you're not just running around. But okay, starting from the beginning, you come in, we check the floor quickly again, because we prepared it Friday evening. You never know that you think about something on Friday night and you text your body like, hey, you need to do that. In any case, we do that. We eat something small. That's mostly the only time of day that I eat. And then we start greeting the crew, greeting the athletes. Once I notice that the athlete greeting is going well, everybody gets their package, I check in with the crew, show them where they can put their stuff, where they can get the food, because we try to have food available the entire day. And then, it starts going, because then you have about an hour before the first briefing starts. Everybody comes in, everybody gets their stuff. That's the moment that you set up everything. You make sure everything scoring-wise is okay. All papers are ready. You quickly check in with your flooring crew if they have everything ready for the first couple of heats. And then your day starts. Heat starts. Quick briefing. I used to do, hey guys, how are you? Welcome to the Aquila Games. Right now, our head judges are taking over of that. I'll still be there on the floor saying hi, because again, it's important that athletes know who you are, and just that we are open for discussion if in any case there is something to discuss about, whether it is the workout, the scoring, or anything else. And then the day starts, and you run around from one thing to another. I try to be available where I need to be available, because as I said, we have basically someone who does everything, and I have an overview over everything. So it goes from checking in with scoring if everything is going fine, helping if necessary, especially when you have short workouts and we want to make sure that we have the scores as fast as possible for the athletes. Checking in with our head judge Sam if everything is going well, if her judges are going well. I mean, there was a moment where a judge needed to, she needed to go do something, that I jumped in as a judge. It's possible that I just quickly jump in where necessary. Check in with the MC. What I also do is I go into the spectators area and just talk with people. Also, just talk to people. Hey, how's it going? What do you think today? And if they have something to say, it's very important, because I want to know how they feel even during the day. Because if there's something that we can change during the day to make it better for everybody, then why not do it? It's that, and then checking in with the MC if something needs to be done, because I'm the spokesperson between mostly the judges and the MC. Because if the judges notice something that the MC has to say for everybody, then I'm the person saying, hey, don't forget, can you quickly announce it for everybody? And then, check on the crew members. I try to check in on the crew members to make sure that everything is going well, help where I can. from time to time say hi to my wife, who is also helping, but we don't see each other those 2 days. Say hi, of course, sponsors. So we have a vendor village. You go say hi, what's up, see if they need anything, and then just repeat the whole process again throughout the entire day. And try to eat and drink something in between, which barely happens.
Walk with a bunch of like a little satchel with protein bars.
I actually last year we had rain, lovely guys, and I always had a can of rain in my back pocket just in case, because there was otherwise no way that I would drink or eat anything in between.
Nice. And all this is so. How does it like all this planning leading up to these big days, or is it like 1 year, or like after the event you say, okay, we're done, maybe I can take like a month off and relax and then get back straight into it?
What we mostly do is we have the event ends, and then you have that hype period where everybody's reposting stuff and showing how good everything was, and oh yeah, I won, or oh, this was good, that was good, blah, blah, blah. So you're on a high, so we try to avoid anything during that time. The only thing we do is basically at the end of the last evening come together and be like, are we doing this again next year, yes or no? And if yes, then the first thing we do is check available days, because you have to be very fast with that, of course. But that's the only thing we do. Otherwise, we wait 2 weeks and then we have a debriefing, because then you have 2 weeks to ride the high, but also maybe feel the low, because of course things happen during a competition, and you wanna be able to talk about it, but not 2 days after your competition when everybody is just hyping everybody up. So we wait 2 weeks, we come together, have a debriefing, we go eat something, the typical kind of working, and then it ends for a bit. Then I think our competition is in September, end of September, beginning of October, we have our debriefing, and then at least up until the end of the year, we do nothing. That's really the moment that we are like, okay, some sort of vacation from the whole planning. Some small things, you find a workout, or you find a movement or whatever, like, hey, this could be cool next year, or hey, we could try this year. Sometimes we have people texting us sponsor requests, stuff like that, and we try to push back a little and say, look, contact us again December, January. Sometimes we go for it. It depends a little bit how or what, but then it starts December. It's the first time that we are like, hey guys, we're here, this date, this is gonna happen. And then from January, February, we have our first meeting, and we just get together like, guys, okay, last year it was cool, this and this and this we know we need to avoid, this and this and this was great, we want to go for something like this year. Okay, let's go. And then just we make a rough sketch of what we want it to be, and then I think we meet 2 or 3 months later again, because then it really starts, because in between that period the artwork gets designed, sponsorships are well, either they contact us, we contact them to see, do we want to work together still, or if we want someone new, or someone who contact us. That happens in that 2 to 3 months period. And then let's say March, April, we come together and be like, okay, we want to do a box tour again. Visit every box, talk about our competition, give a poster, and then we also say, okay, who does what? We try to visit as many competitions as possible, who goes where. And from that moment on, we meet every month. And then we just shortly, hey, how's this going? How's that going? Hey, don't forget to do this. Oh, yeah, we're so far with that. And then, try out the workout, finish some stuff, already make orders for something, just to make sure that you're on time. And then I think, because this year we don't do qualifiers. Normally we do, until last year, we did qualifiers, and then you had, of course, the whole period between March and September, or March and June, where you had your qualifier periods, and that was a whole different thing. So for this year, we skipped that, and now it's just, I think, in July, end of July, we order everything so that we need, plan everything, book everything, and then you have September.
So athletes can just sign up for a spot, I'm guessing. Yeah,
right now. So this is the first year that we chose that athletes can just sign up for their category and just compete in September.
So could you talk about like the categories in terms of, is it scaled, RX, and teams? individual.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so we wanted to be as inclusive as possible. Speaking of categories, of course, and with that, it's like we have scaled intermediate, RX, as every competition possibly has, but we wanted to go further, and we said, like, look, we want to do masters too. So we have a masters category from 35 to 44 years old, and a masters category for 45 plus, which makes that those athletes, which is a growing part of CrossFit, of course, you see more and more of those master athletes coming up and being very, very good. So we wanted to give them a separate platform, a separate floor to compete on, because if you put a 44-year-old or 45-year-old with 20-year-old, I mean, the difference is huge, and you don't want them. I mean, you want them to come, have fun, to compete, and to have something like, I had to fight for that win. You know, like that win that I talked to you about, that memorable win, that would have been something completely different if she had to face off a 20-year-old. That would be a completely different story. So that's why we want to do it. And then that was the first year. And in the second year, we added teams. So we did mixed teams, and we still do mixed teams, because we noticed that there were not a lot of mixed teams competitions. Mixed teams as in one male, one female, and same categories. So we held on to all those categories just to make sure that you had the possibility to be in the one that you want to be. I mean, obviously intermediate being the most popular, but we also want to have that scaled for people who just started. We want to give them a safe environment to start. Dumbbells instead of a barbell sometimes, movements that you don't hurt yourself.
Nice.
So that's why.
I think I lost my train of thought for 2 seconds, because we talked about the categories, and
no, it's not a problem.
Something I asked as well in terms of categories was it categories and age groups I asked, right?
It's categories.
But categories. You explain the categories.
We have categories or divisions, and then you have the age in the masters. You have the age group.
Perfect. Yeah, maybe it'll come back.
That's not a problem. No. It was, it is. I mean, it was not easy to do it that way. We talked with a lot of people to make sure, like, is this worth it? Because, you notice, of course, the difference in subscriptions between a masters or a regular intermediate category. But I mean, we have people every year asking, please bring back the 45 plus. So it is. I mean, it really is worth it to just do it, even if it is for 5 athletes.
Nice,
I don't care. If we can give them a good competition day because of that,
and
then
what would you like for someone who would like to do their first competition or is on their way to like planning, and like, what would you tell that person? Like, advise them? How would you advise them?
Just go for it and have fun. I mean, if it's your first competition, just wherever, doesn't even need to be Aquila Games, just any competition, even if it's a competition in your box, it doesn't matter. Just go in there and have fun and just learn. Embrace the suck, because it's gonna suck, because you're gonna do things that you cannot do as well as you thought you would, or the person next to you is lifting 20 kilos more than you do, or you burn up in the first 3 rounds of a 5-round workout. It doesn't matter. The moment that you are in that competition, you already took that step to do it. You can enjoy just having those people around, the cheering around you, the suck that it gives, and just learn from it. Just take that with you. I mean, that's how you get better. Just admit to yourself that there is something that you need to do, and just do it. Just work on it. Be the bigger person for yourself.
And do you not at your own competition, but you compete as well, or?
I used to compete a lot. No, I used to compete a lot. I did a lot in Belgium, Netherlands. I went to Sweden to compete. But recently I had some injuries that caused me to take a step down. And I still do want to. I'm 34. I'm turning 35 next year. And then I'm a master officially. So I wanna try to compete in the masters category, but it all depends on my health. But I love doing competitions just because of the environment, people,
and
everything.
so and I remember you just mentioned like you decide like just after the competition, okay, are we doing this next year or not? So is that like a sure thing sometimes? Okay, maybe we'll skip a year. Or in the back of your mind or the team's mind, sometimes is it we're gonna expand to a certain level?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it. I get your question. So far not. Let's say we started the first year, and especially the first year, we were like, we have to see how good this is before we continue with something else and continue next year. Then the first year was such a success for us that we were like, we immediately do it next year. And now we have something, we know that there might be a moment that we say, okay, this is the last time we do this. But so far, we are like, we're having fun doing it. Everybody is having fun. And we try to every year add something new, do something special. And as long as we can do that and we can stay true to ourselves, I think we will just continue with what we're doing.
So you would say in a way, like each year you're hitting like it doesn't have to be like a specific goal, but like mentally, like you're like satisfied knowing, okay, we did what we set out to do, and that's satisfying enough to continue.
Exactly that. So we are now talking, and we are talking to each other in the team when we are at meetings or just overall, and we're like, okay, this is gonna be great, or we get a new workout in. It's like, oh man, this workout is gonna be fun. We test it, and it turns out super cool, and you're already looking forward to that workout. And when you see it then in real life, we had it last year. We had a great workout, and then you see it happening in real life with people who are, I don't know how many times better than you, but just the competition feeling in there, and just see them going on something that you created. Yeah, I mean, as long as that fulfills us and mentally indeed is satisfying, then there is no way that we're going to stop. There's no money in the world that can make us stop.
That's really nice. That is such a euphoric moment. I can understand that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's, I mean, there's a lot of people, especially the first year we did this, was like, oh yeah, nice. All the money that you're going to get with that. But trust me, I don't think there are many people making a fortune on organizing a CrossFit competition. You have to do it for the love of the sport and for everything. Well, I mean, for just community-wise, for the competition itself, and not myself. I mean, none of us is and burst. You say it like that? Yeah, I think so. Say it like that. Like in any way, we reimbursed or whatever. We do this in our free time, but we love doing it, and that just makes it all worth the while.
Nice. All right. So I knew you had the sweatshirts and the hoodies. You just want to talk about that quickly, like t-shirts, hoodie, for sale.
Yeah. So they are for sale. So if people want sweatshirts, I will show off.
If you're listening to the audio, it's a very nice sweatshirt with the Aquila Games logo embroidery. On it.
Yeah, exactly. So of course, podcast-wise, indeed. So indeed, for the listeners, it is embroidered. We chose for that because we wanted to have like that feeling, it's a feeling that you have when you have it on and you go over it. It's indeed with our new logo. So this year we showed off a new logo, the eagle-like animal that is in the circle that we use every year with Aquila Games under it. We have shirts, it's sweatshirts, I think, like this. Hoodies so far not. There's a very limited edition. They're going well. So if you want one, this is the only moment that you can get them so far. So
if you need
you can totally
a very cool sweatshirt, please get one, because I haven't gotten one yet. So I'm sticking.
we can make that work. But if you want them, there's a link in our bio on Instagram, so you can just click on that, give us your size, and we even ship it to you if you want to. So that's good. You don't. Well, you can always come to Aquila Games and just pick it up. That's not a problem. But otherwise, if you want it earlier, just let us know, and we'll ship it to you.
The competition, what dates?
9 and 10 of September. So Saturday, 9, Sunday 10. It's important to know that the individuals this year are on Saturday, 9th, and teams are on Sunday the 10th.
Are spots for like athletes still open to?
Yeah. So far there are still spots open. We noticed that some categories go hard. So we just recently, actually today, opened 10 more intermediate spots where they're already taken from. So be fast if you want to have your spot claimed. Just check the Instagram, check the website, get your ticket. You're immediately on the finals 9 or 10 of September, or both. If you feel lucky and you want to do both, you're always welcome to do both.
Lastly, where can people like find the socials, so the tags on social media?
We have our Instagram at the Aquila Games, one word, or the website, theaquilagames.be. I think those are the most important that I have to mention, because there is where the most information comes
cool.
on.
And any last things you want to speak about the event or say before we?
Well, I think none of this would have been possible without that day at the bar. So I think the people I talk about know who I talk about. So very much thank you for that, for all the years we've done so far. Very much thank you to Sofian. Sofian from Dr. Watt. Guy is our right hand in a lot of things, helps us out with incredibly much.
He's amazing.
Guy with a golden heart.
He is amazing.
He's amazing.
I need to get him on
really, really amazing. Absolutely. That guy, you see him everywhere. Just if you see on any competition, Dr. Watt, just go there, support the guy, say hi, buy him a coffee. It doesn't matter. He's amazing. And then I think also Dr. What I just mentioned.
Yeah.
No, Gorilla Grip. Gorilla Grip for just believing in us. I mean, those guys believed in us when we had nothing, and they're still with us. We are still very grateful for them. They're good friends. So, and of course the amazing team behind the Aquila Games, because it's not only me, of course. It's the other 6 right now who are also doing a great job.
Cool. So, Ruben, thanks for being here with me. Everyone, thanks for listening. Go follow the Aquila Games on Instagram, Facebook, no? Facebook also possible. And check out their website for tickets or sign up for the event in September 10th and 11th. 9 and 10.
9 and 10.
September 9 and 10. Just be sure to get those dates. And also, if you can't attend, do pick up a sweatshirt and support. All right. Don't forget to also like, share, and follow the podcast, because we need the support.